Guys, welcome back to the channel, aka Badger's Quest, where we are on the quest for everything Pokemon related, and today we will be discussing the special delivery cards and when we believe the special delivery Charizard will be finally with us. We'll also be opening up this Evolving Skies half booster box as we continue the hunt for that special Rayquaza card. So let's go. So guys, yes, I wanted to talk today about the special delivery cards. It's not a card I've spoken too much about on this channel, but I've been collecting these obviously behind the scenes, and the first one obviously we wanted to talk about was the first one that started it all off, which was this, the Special Delivery Pikachu card. Now, when this card first came out, I was exceptionally lucky because I managed to actually get a little bit of heads up information this card was coming. So we're going to talk about it whilst we're opening up some packs. Before obviously I do it, I just wanted to show you this. Many people may not have seen these, but these are half booster packs, and these are only restricted to a few countries. This is obviously the UK one because it's in pounds, but these are quite cool because it's a miniature half a pack. So you only half a booster box, so you only get 18 packs. So I wanted to do this while we're talking about it. I'm going to get all the cards out. Obviously, we'll be hoping to get that Rayquaza. There's a few cards, obviously, we still have yet to pull. But let's discuss a little bit about the special delivery cards. So the Pikachu card was released around about December. Which one is a code card for a second? It's that way. Okay, so the special delivery card was actually released back in December last year, I believe, and it was exclusive only to Canada. Now, what that meant was when they released the card, it was very, very difficult to get. We've got a reverse spirit mask and a Sharpedo. And that made it really expensive also. Now, I was really lucky. I managed to get the card for about £10. And the card went mental. People were spending absolute fortune on the card. It went as high as up to £400 to £500. There was actually a PSA graded card also that came out, and that went for thousands, and it's now started to calm down and become a little bit more affordable. Nowadays the card is somewhere around a couple of £100. Of course, it's still very expensive, but it's much more affordable. We've got reverse Gordy and we've got an Umbreon Vmax. Very, very nice. So yeah, so the special delivery card came out in December, and as I said, it was only available in Canada, and I was really lucky. I've still got my one sealed in the original packaging, and I'm yet to decide whether or not to get this graded or not. My one hasn't got a swirl. It's a bit hard to tell by the camera, but sometimes you might have a swirl in it, and that obviously increases its value exponentially. But this was the first card that came out of the special delivery line. Now, many people actually had the foresight to buy a lot of them. I think one thing we have to discuss here is when is the right time to spend a lot of money if you're looking at it from an investment point of view and obviously reselling. It's really hard to know. Obviously, looking back now, I wish that I had obviously bought a few because I could have been able to sell a few on, and I would have used that money obviously to invest in other things. I'm not doing this as a business entity, I'm doing it as a collection. But obviously, if I can get a card for £10, and you know I can sell it for £200 to £300, then I can use that money to buy other things, whether it be for the channel or for my collection. But I didn't do that, and the reason for that, we got a Galarian Moltres, is it was a bit hard to know. Now, sometimes you can get it right, sometimes you can get it wrong. In hindsight, if I'd bought the special delivery Pikachu card and a few of them, I'd have made some money. But if we look at this one, and this isn't a special delivery, this is the, apologies for pronunciation, the Nagaba Pokemon card for Pikachu. I actually bought this card for about £40 as a pre-order, and this is obviously a Japanese card, and I got it wrong. The card is now been hugely distributed, and you can now pick these up for about £20 to £25. Again, it might fluctuate a little bit. So you have to know exactly when is the right time to invest into a card, and obviously how many to get. So that was the special delivery Pikachu. As I said, released in December, came out in Canada as an exclusive, and then obviously made its way into the second-hand market. Now, following that, there was obviously a lot of hype about potentially there being another card, and the actual one that was released next was the Special Delivery Charizard. At least from a point of view, we've got a reverse Sharpedo and a regular Ampharos. At least from a visibility point of view, and it was actually mentioned in one of the card sets. I think it wasn't for Chilling Reigns. I can't remember which one it was, but it was actually put inside the booklet, so everybody knew it existed. That was back in March. We're now obviously at this point of filming in September, and we still don't have that card. So there's a huge hype for this card, and obviously when it's going to come out. And what that means is when that card does come out, it's going to be an absolute fortune. I mean, it is an amazing looking card, reverse love disc and a Talonflame, but obviously now everybody knows about it. In the middle of all of that, there was an email that came out from Pokemon Center regarding, a lot of people thought it was a spoof. And again, one of the problems with the Pokemon Center is obviously they don't have one in Europe. Everybody else in the world, you were doing really well. In Europe, it's very, very hard. We can't buy anything. Yes, you can use third-party services, but it is a bit of a nightmare. And they released this email about a special delivery Bidoof. Now, a lot of people thought reverse slack off and a regular jumper. A lot of people thought that this was a wind-up because obviously they have Bidoof Day out there. And some people acted upon it, some didn't. And what you had to do was register your interest to whether or not you would like this card. So some people did it, some people didn't. And then obviously if you register your interest, you might then get an email back, and with that email you get a code card, a code. You then would go to the Pokemon Center, you would then buy something. I can't remember what the amount was. It was probably about $20 to $50, can't remember exactly. And you would put this code in if you got the code, and then you would get the card. So it was based on a lottery system. Now, what that meant was that this card is very rare. There aren't that many about. And obviously a lot of people were a bit upset about the fact that this card wasn't as readily available. We got a full face trainer card, and we have a full art trainer aroma lady. What an amazing looking card. Let's just quickly stick that in a sleeve. Don't have that one. Look at that, wonderful card. And that meant a lot of people couldn't get it. There were people on eBay selling the codes, and obviously you could then use that code to then go on the site and then obviously try and get the card. And obviously a lot of people are a bit upset about the fact they couldn't get it. Now, one of the things that's made this card really interesting, unlike the Special Delivery Pikachu, is that they did 2 print runs and then that was it. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, probably 3 to 4 weeks ago, Pokemon announced that they're doing no more cards of the Special Delivery Bidoof. And we have a Shiftry. So now the cut price has gone up. Now the other thing is, some people don't even know about it. The good news is that I managed to ask kindly if I was allowed to spend a little bit of money, and I managed to get one. Now mine is fully sealed. I managed to get this from a UK seller. It was expensive. It was over £200 to buy this card, but this card is super, super rare. If you're looking now on eBay and you want to go and have a look to get one, be careful about buying the codes, because Pokemon have already announced they're not printing anymore. So those codes you could be buying may not give you anything. So just please be careful with that. And obviously if you can, try and get it from the UK or Europe, because then you won't pay the US charges. But obviously this does have the Charizard on it. It has the Bidoof. And obviously having the fact that I had the Special Delivery Pikachu card already, I had to have the Bidoof card from my collection point of view. Now, I have no intention of selling either of these cards. I am questioning whether or not I will actually get these cards graded. I was going to get the cards graded, obviously. Well, I was meant to be doing a submission with Ace Grading, but I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit, not upset. Upset's probably not the word, but I missed it by a few hours, and now I'm unable to do any grading with Ace Grading until they open the services up again. Having said that, those 2 cards may potentially warrant the possibility of obviously doing Express with PSA, which is very, very expensive. It's a good few £100. We got Holo Zygarde. But I think those cards warrant it. Now, there was actually a PSA card that went up, a PSA 10, for a Special Delivery Bidoof already. And it only went for just over £1,000, which is still a lot of money. Please don't get me wrong, that is a lot of money. But considering the Special Delivery Pikachu went for several thousand, and again, I'm not entirely sure if it was a genuine, but it did go for many, many thousands. I think the reason why this went so low, I don't think a lot of people still know about this card, especially outside of the US. So I think one of the reasons why we got the Artifish V is I still think a lot of people don't know about them. So it's a bit hard to know at this stage, but obviously I had to have it from a collection point of view. So that takes us from the Special Delivery Pikachu launched in December and the Special Delivery Bidoof announced in June or July. That obviously leads us with one last card, at least one last card that we know of, and that is the Special Delivery Charizard. Now this card was potentially in the 2020 sort of print run and we haven't got it. There was a lot of speculation about Smurgle when it would come out. My view, and there's a few people's view, is that it will come out around Christmas. Mainly for the fact that the special delivery came out in December, the following came out 6 or 7 months later, and that takes us back around to December time. That's half the problem, obviously not knowing when it's going to come out. The other problem is how they're going to distribute it. Now, as I said, with the Pikachu card, what they had done, we got a reverse Regieleki and a holographic Ludicolo. With the Special Delivery Pikachu, it was quite widely printed. And obviously, a lot of people managed to get hold of it, and that's one of the reasons why the price has gone down. The only reason why the price is still relatively good is it's a Pikachu card. But with the Special Delivery Bidoof, it was a lottery system and there weren't that many printed. I'm praying, and it would be a massive, massive, massive mistake by Pokemon if they do the same thing with the Charizard. Because what's going to happen, reverse Herdia and a regular Lilligant, what's going to happen with it is that it's going to make the card super, super, super expensive. If the Bidoof card was several £100 when it came out, that Charizard could be four to six upwards. I really hope they don't do that. I think a lot of people would be really upset if they couldn't get that card, me included. Obviously, depending on how expensive it is, depends on whether or not I'll add it. But obviously, I have two of them. I want the third reverse Fletchinder and a regular Killer Lift. I will want that card. So who knows? But our thought process is we believe it will be somewhere around December time. And again, I really hope they don't do the lottery system because it's already difficult for us in Europe to get these cards. Because we can't get them direct from Pokemon Center, so we're having to buy these cards on the reseller market. Don't go and do the pre-orders, please. Whatever you do, I know I said I did it with the Nagamaga card, as they pronounce it, but don't go and do a pre-order because these people don't have the card. They don't know when it's going to come out. They don't have it in their possession. There's no way of guaranteeing they will get the card, and they are charging an awful lot of money. Reverse Marshadow and a regular Shiftry. So just wait. I know it's difficult because you might be able to get it at a better price point, but I would imagine that 9 times out of 10 you will not get it at a better price point. You will be paying well over, and actually those sort of actions lead to the rest of us paying a lot more. The only reason why I did it with that one is because I knew that the card was coming out, and obviously I didn't want to buy the box. I wanted to buy the single card. So that's where we are at the moment with the special delivery. They're an amazing run of cards. Obviously, very, very happy. Reverse Wobbuffet and a regular Diagla. I'm very, very happy to own them. Obviously, I'll want the third. And I think most people would obviously probably not know about the Bidoof card. I spoke to a few friends of mine when I got the card just to tell them that I think I might have been an idiot and bought this card. But they didn't know about it. So I think it's a very unknown card. And as I said, I think once people start to work out that obviously that is in circulation, then I think the price will obviously go up as well. Reverse Hippopotamus and a Falafel. So there we are with the special delivery. We're down to our last pack of Evolving Skies. I wanted to make this more about the special delivery cards and obviously see what cards we get in this booster. Let me know if you have either of those cards. Let me know if you managed to get the special delivery Pikachu before it went hype or you paid into it when it went up. And obviously if you have the Bidoof, as I said, be really keen to hear, and let me know when you think the Charizard will come out and if you will be looking to add it to your collection. I'll be really, really happy to hear. So this is the last pack for the Evolving Skies. We get a Hoppip, Hitmonchan, a Fletchling, let's see if we can end on a banger, Tentacool, a reverse jump lift, and we have a Noivern V. Guys, thanks for taking the time to join this video on the special delivery cards. Why not go check out one of these videos? They are amazing videos, and I'll see you next week on the quest.